If you're thinking about starting a YouTube channel in 2026, you are in the right place because growing a YouTube channel when you're a business owner wanting to use it to market your own paid offers is so incredibly different becoming a YouTuber. So at this point, I've grown my YouTube channel to about 100,000 subscribers. It brings me over 400 new people to my email list every single month buying my offers like my courses, digital products. This video is specifically for if you're wanting to use it to really build your brand, to scale your marketing. So the lighting is actually terrible today, but we're just rolling with it. Number one, you're gonna choose an audience you're gonna create content for, okay? So this is going to align directly with your niche and the people that you're wanting to reach for your paid offers. And most of you probably already have this mapped out, right? Like you know who your ideal client is, you know who you're trying to attract, you know what your niche is. If you're thinking about doing YouTube, most of the time you kind of have an idea of what that thing's going to be. So you wanna have an audience in mind. For example, let's use the example of my channel. I'm attracting business owners, okay? And so there's a lot of topics I could make for business owners. And really, I truly believe that still even now, the fastest way to grow on YouTube is to pick one audience you're going to create a lot of topics for. And then as you see what topics resonate, then you're going to double down on those things. So it doesn't mean you have to talk about one topic forever, but it's going to grow your channel way faster. And then it's going to allow you to expand into other topics a lot easier. So what I mean by that is with my example, because I teach a lot of marketing strategies, especially organic marketing. And I started noticing that my topic of Instagram was something that people loved hearing about from me. So that was a topic that I chose to start making content on YouTube, was teaching people how to show up on Instagram. That naturally also led to talking about Instagram Reels. People started asking me for advice on like how to do Reels in their business. I really doubled down on these two things when I saw these things started taking off, and I would occasionally do videos on other topics. I was doing videos on email marketing and even YouTube marketing, tutorials on editing, like all sorts of things. But when I started noticing these two topics for my audience of business owners started to take off, I really doubled down, and that's when I saw a lot of growth for my channel. So after my channel grew quite a bit, I started expanding into other topics like I went back to sharing about email marketing. I started sharing things like just general content creation, like things like how I edit my photos, how I get photos of myself, choosing what platforms you're gonna show up on, all of those types of things. I shared even more about YouTube marketing and how to grow on YouTube, which is actually funny enough, I'm almost pivoting my channel back into talking about this for the most part. I do talk about other things, but especially like going along with YouTube, I've started talking way more about like evergreen marketing, funnels, everything along those lines, because that's really a lot of where my sweet spot is. But eventually I probably will expand. I do throw in videos on other topics. So all of these topics, like I could make a channel only talking about passive income, or I could make my channel only about Instagram. But I really do think that that almost does, like once your channel starts to grow, it puts you in this bubble of only being able to talk about this one topic. And instead of just talking about one topic forever, let's figure out what is your audience, right? So this right here, who are your people that you actually really want to attract? And yes, like in the beginning, that might mean thinking about one sort of topic that you want to focus on and then eventually expanding into other topics. So another example of this that immediately comes to mind is maybe you are a birth educator, okay? So like maybe you're a doula, and that means you can teach about a lot of things. You can teach about pregnancy, you can teach about postpartum, you can teach about the birth process, teach about nutrition. Those are all different topics that would attract moms who are pregnant and postpartum, right? They would find that interesting and help attract them to your channel. But my encouragement to you when you're thinking about starting out is think about who that audience is. So let's say that audience is pregnant or postpartum moms, but probably pregnant moms because that's really who you're trying to attract or they have the baby. So if your audience is pregnant moms, like there's a lot of those topics you could talk about. But as you start creating videos, and if you don't know which topics resonate with your audience well yet, like from creating other content, you can just start with dabbling in different topics. I think that is totally okay. But once you start noticing like, oh, every time I share about the things to do as soon as you get pregnant, or when I focus on like first trimester stuff, like those are the videos that really take off for me. That's when you double down on those videos. Any video you can about the first trimester, right? And then as your audience grows, then you can expand into, now let's talk about the second trimester, and then the third trimester, and then postpartum, and then nutrition, and then birth prep. And it's not that you can't talk about those other things, but it's gonna be easier for YouTube YouTube to like basically give people a ton of videos to binge, because if a mom in her first trimester finds you, she's probably not going to watch a video about postpartum nutrition, right? And so it'll help you to grow a lot faster by creating this library of videos for one specific person. And then as that grows and you start to have that library created where YouTube can recommend more of your videos, once those women find you, then they can start watching more and more of your content because it directly relates to them. Once you have that built up, then you can expand into other topics. That's where that kind of strategy would be absolutely incredible and really crush it on YouTube. And I actually have a resource that helps you map out that exact video plan, like the 5 videos that are going to be the most strategic for you to create first based on what I've seen work really well on YouTube. So if you're at all interested in that, I'll put a link below to that in the description if you want to check it out. We've literally had hundreds of people go through this at this point and they absolutely love it. So beyond deciding who your audience is and video topics, the next thing you're probably wondering is, what camera do I even use? What gear do I use? Am I gonna have to invest a ton of money into something in order to get started? And the answer to that is absolutely not. Your smartphone is absolutely incredible at taking video content nowadays. Honestly, I feel like it's even better than the camera I started with when I first started on YouTube back in 2018. And so what you can do is you can actually upgrade just your mic quality, because nothing is gonna make people click off your video faster than if your audio just sounds blown out or scratchy or not high quality. This is my absolute favorite microphone when you're using your smartphone, okay? So this is the Rode VideoMic Me. I absolutely love it. I will put a link below down in the description. Literally all you have to do is plug it into your phone like this and you're good to go. There are no settings to adjust. You just pull up your video and go ahead and hit record. And then the only other thing that I recommend having is a smartphone tripod like this. A lot of you are probably already gonna have something like this, but I'll put my favorite one down in the description. I love this one because it's super cheap. It's like 15 bucks on Amazon, which is super handy when my toddlers steal this and break one and I have to buy a new one, and it wasn't super expensive to begin with. So I love this one. I've been using this exact one for literally years. So all you're going to do is literally put your phone in like this, and then you're going to record yourself. So just make sure the mic is facing toward your face, right? Wherever you're recording, but it really is as simple as this. And this mic is less than $100, so it's super affordable. If you do want to upgrade, I personally use the Sony ZV-E10 camera. I will put a link in the description. I personally use the Rode VideoMic Go, and I absolutely love using that for my camera. And the other thing you're going to want to have is an SD card if you're going to use a camera like that. And then when you're first starting out, you can't upgrade and buy like a studio light or something. I use these nifty little lights that I'll put on the screen. I'll put a link in the description. I absolutely love these because they're so compact and portable and easy to use, especially when you're starting out. But honestly, if you just want to start out by opening your window, have some great window light coming in, use that, face towards the window, you're gonna have great light if you do that. So really you would just need like a studio light or something, or a ring light if you're going to be filming at nighttime. The next thing that you're probably wondering about when it comes to recording your videos is, do I need to create scripts? Do I need to outline? Like, how in the world do I know what I'm going to talk about? And my biggest encouragement to you is to go with outlines, okay? And not just script it out word by word, because with YouTube, you want it to feel conversational and like basically you're sitting down and you're chatting about a certain topic with your audience. And when you script things out, it tends to get a little bit, let's just say, stiff, and it really takes that conversation part out of it. And YouTube nowadays has even become more conversational, and people are absolutely loving content that just feels so like you're just chatting with a friend. And I know that's the type of content I absolutely love consuming, because especially now going into 2026, there's so much AI happening, okay? And while I'm not anti-AI whatsoever, I use it in my business in very strategic ways. It also has just created this like AI slop of content that is across so many platforms nowadays that I think so many people are just kind of over it when content feels really, really polished and put together. And so that takes a lot of pressure off of us to feel like we have to show up and create this perfectly edited, or with all of these pop-ups and graphics and different things happening in our YouTube videos. They can be so conversational and so incredibly simple, and outlines really lend to that. So I will just sit down and I will flesh out an outline of the main points I want to make in my video, the sub points below each one. And then when I'm recording content, I will record one section at a time and not overthink it. A couple other things with filming video content is I actually love to batch record my content. So that means that I am sitting down and recording multiple YouTube videos at a time whenever I do go to record content. So like right now today, I'm actually filming 3 YouTube videos for my channel all in one day, so that I don't have to record content every single week in order to be consistent with weekly uploads. And with this idea of batch recording ahead, and the workflow with that, I actually talk more about that inside of my free YouTube class. And I dive into even more about how to scale your marketing with YouTube. It's a free 1-hour class and has so many visuals and things for you to consider when starting your channel. So if you're at all interested in diving even deeper on that, go down in the description, grab the link. It's totally free to watch and you're absolutely going to love it. Okay, so we can't talk about starting a YouTube channel for business without talking about how to take that and turn it into a content system, because chances are you aren't starting your business to become a full-time content creator, and YouTube is a really great way to take one piece of content, your one YouTube video, and to literally turn it into 15 plus other pieces of content across different platforms every single week. So let's break it down. Okay, so when we go to create a YouTube video every single week, we don't want it to just live on YouTube, because there are so many ways you can take this and turn it into so many different types of content for your business, okay? And it's gonna save you so much time and be more omnipresent across different platforms in order to get found by more of your people, but also for the same person to see you in multiple places. And I have that happen so often. Someone will buy my course from me when I ask like how they bought or how they found me. They'll be like, well, I found you in this place first, and then I saw you on a YouTube over here, and then I came on Instagram, and then I saw your ad, and like it all just plays together. And YouTube content is such a great way to have that foundation to then turn it into other pieces of content. And I actually laid this out in a visual too in my sample evergreen content calendar, an example of what this can look like in like a weekly basis. So if you want to see this laid out in even like a different way, I'll put a link to that down in the description. Totally free to grab it. There's one YouTube video we're gonna create weekly, and then this will get turned into a blog post on your website, okay? And there's a lot of easy ways you can actually do this with ChatGPT and like taking your transcript and then turning it into a blog post, which is super, super cool. It makes the process really fast. And it's something you can also have like an assistant do. But basically taking this, turn it into a blog post. It's also, if you watched my video on how people are finding me through ChatGPT, the basis of that is YouTube marketing. I'll put a link to that video in the description as well. But creating blog posts like this is really a strong strategy for getting found with ChatGPT, because this is like something it can read, right? Instead of this just being a video that it's like try to pick up cues based on your keywords in the description and things like that. The blog is more detailed and kind of lays out like everything you talk about in the video. So this weekly video gets turned into a blog once a week. This also can get turned into a weekly newsletter. This goes out to email list. That's one of my biggest pieces of advice when I have students come to me and they're like, it just feels like so much content to create, and like sending a newsletter on top of it feels like a lot. One of the best things you can do is just take content you're already making on other platforms and link to it in your newsletter. That's basically what it is every single week. At this point, I do it once a week on Friday. I do a content roundup that includes my new YouTube content and also other content and things happening. So we've really fleshed this out at this point. But when I first started on YouTube, it was a simple like, hey, I have a new video. Here's 3 reasons why you should watch it, what you're going to learn if you watch it. Here's the link to the video. Like that was my newsletter on a weekly basis pretty much. Okay, and then from this YouTube video, I'm also creating daily shorts, okay? And this can really go up on, if you want to upload more of these to Instagram and TikTok, even Pinterest and things like that, you totally can. Right now, I just upload mine to YouTube Shorts because that's where I find they perform the best, at least just for me. It's not worth my time uploading a ton of shorts across a bunch of different platforms, but I actually use Opus Clip to create these shorts because you can upload your long form video and it will automatically, using AI, like create these really high performing short clips for you. And then you can actually link your shorts to long form pieces of content within YouTube. So like people can see a short and then tap on over to watch the whole video, which is super, super cool. Okay. And then you can also take like this blog post can be pinned onto Pinterest, okay? Pinterest really does well with blogs. When you're taking a video, taking it into a blog post, it can be a really easy way to repurpose onto Pinterest, especially if you already show up on there. I also oftentimes will take my long form videos and I'll turn it into Instagram content. For example, I did a 2026 planning video for my YouTube channel. I created a short clip and said comment video if you want to watch this entire YouTube video. video, and that did incredibly well. So I'm planning to do more of those on my YouTube channel, where it's basically showing a little preview into the video. People can comment, get a link. It can also be linking to new videos on your Instagram stories. I'll take my transcript and I can use things like ChatGPT to help me ideate new ideas, like hooks for reels, captions, things like that based on my transcript, okay? So I am not a huge fan of using ChatGPT to write your content for you from scratch without doing some sort of customization. And a way to customize it is to literally take your transcript, which after you upload your YouTube content, YouTube will make a transcript of it for you, okay? So you don't need any other program to do that. You can download it in your YouTube studio for any of your content, which is so handy. Then you can immediately drop it into something like ChatGPT and create some Instagram content ideas. For all these different things that I've mentioned, so like writing newsletters, writing blog posts, Instagram content ideas, I have an instant video repurposing AI like bundle, okay? So it includes all of my custom AI assistants that I've created to do all these different types of things. So if you're interested at all, I'll put a link to it in the description if you want to check it out, see what it's all about. And what's really cool about a content system like this is that once you kind of have something going, it's like you have content going up every single day of the week that came from just this one YouTube video, even if you didn't make any new content for one of your platforms. So it's just a really cool way to create almost this content system where you've got like evergreen content, you've got short form content, you've got content that reaches your warm audience, content that's going to reach new people, and really just diversifying the type of content you're creating and putting out into the world instead of just posting reels and stories and hoping that it reaches the right people, right? It diversifies where you're showing up and really creates that idea of like omnipresence. When someone's searching for help on something or for something with your niche, you are showing up on multiple places, and that really helps to reinforce like, oh, this person must know what they're talking about, or they must be the go-to person on this because I keep seeing them everywhere. So to me, like, this is so different than just posting on one platform, hoping that it works, and really sets you up for long-term success. Like, doing this type of content strategy where YouTube's the foundation, I'm using it for marketing my business, but also putting it on other platforms has really propelled me forward. Even with like the introduction of AI, like ChatGPT has started recommending me to so many people every single month. And it's because over time, I've built essentially this leadership in this space, in the niche that I personally am in. It's just a really cool way to see like the long-term vision too for your marketing. And even as you grow your business, you bring in like one virtual assistant, they can help with so many of these moving pieces, with editing videos, scheduling videos, repurposing your videos into other types of content. It doesn't have to be on you forever. And it's been so incredibly awesome too. Like when I've been in different seasons of pregnancy and postpartum, I have 3 kids at this point. The first are twins, the second was a singleton. So 2 different pregnancies and maternity leaves. I can lean on some of my past YouTube content as well to repurpose into new content, but also it continually brings 400 plus new email list subscribers every month, even to this day. Like, it's so crazy what YouTube has done for me, and I absolutely love helping other business owners see just how incredible it can be. So if you have any other questions about YouTube, growing on YouTube, be sure to watch that for YouTube class, because that really goes in depth into even more things that I didn't talk about in this video, even more on specific video ideas, the tech you can use, even more on editing, what the workflow can look like. So it's literally an hour of just like me giving you free content. So if you want more on that, go in the description, watch that video. You're gonna absolutely love it. And thank you so much for being here. I will have a new video again for you next week on Tuesday. Bye guys.